Hello friends, today we are going to learn basic concepts of thermodynamics, which is the part of basics of heat transfer. My name is Professor S.V. Kumar from Sarath Institute of Technology, College of Engineering, Gadrao, Ichalkaranji. What is thermodynamics? Thermodynamics is the science which deals with conversion of energy. Generally, heat energy is converted into other forms of energy, or we can define in another manner like this: the science of energy that concerned with the ways in which energy is stored within a body, and energy transformation mostly involve heat and work movements. The fundamental law of conservation of energy, that is, energy cannot be created nor it can be destroyed, but it can be transformed from one form to another form. One example is shown here. In the boiler, with the help of heat energy, water is converted into steam. So heat is supplied in the boiler, because of which water is converted into steam. So when this steam gets expanded inside the blades of steam turbine, here heat energy is converted into mechanical energy. This mechanical energy is converted into electrical energy at the generator. After expansion, the steam which left from turbine, it has low pressure, so that steam has to be condensed, so that heat is rejected in the condensate. So the next, that condensate is again sent back to the boiler through pump. Here some amount of heat is supplied in the boiler to convert water into steam, and some amount of heat is extracted from steam in order to condense that steam. So this is one of the best example of thermodynamics, which is associated with conversion of heat energy into mechanical work. So next, fundamentals of thermodynamics: system, surroundings and boundary. So what is a system? System is a quantity of matter or region in space which is chosen for thermodynamic study. For example, if we consider a boiler, boiler becomes a system. If we consider IC engine, so the combustion where takes place, it is considered as system. What is surrounding? The mass or region outside the system is known as surrounding. If we focus on boiler, then boiler becomes system, and outside boiler everything becomes surrounding. Similarly, in case of internal combustion engine, so the part inside piston cylinder arrangement, it becomes a system, remaining else it is considered as surrounding. Next, boundary. Boundary may be real or imaginary, which separates system from surrounding. So here one figure is shown in which the middle part is system, where thermodynamic concentration is there. Anything else other than system is known as surrounding, and a real or imaginary surface which separates system from surrounding is known as boundary. Types of system. So first one, isolated system. In isolated system, neither mass nor energy can cross boundary of a system. One example is shown here: thermos flask. In thermos flask, hot water or hot fluid is stored. What is the purpose of thermos flask? To maintain the temperature of that fluid for a longer time. So here there is no exchange of energy from system to surrounding or from surrounding to system. Okay, and the best example is coffee in a closed, well insulated thermos flask. That is the best example. Closed system. In the closed system, only energy can cross boundary of a system. Mass does not cross boundary of a system. One example is shown here: a gas enclosed in piston and cylinder arrangement. If you concentrate your attention on that compressed gas, then if you try to compress a gas, that gas will not leave cylinder, but energy may cross boundary of a system. So mass remains constant, but energy transfer takes place in case of closed system. The example, a tightly capped cup of coffee and piston and cylinder arrangement in which gas is enclosed. Open system. In open system, both mass and energy can cross boundary of a system. The best example is an open cup of coffee. Here, mass as well as energy can cross boundary of a system. Another example, hydraulic turbine. In case of hydraulic turbine, or in case of steam turbine, or in case of gas turbine, here mass as well as energy can cross boundary of a system, so it is considered as open system. Properties of a system. Properties of a system is a measurable characteristic of a system that is in equilibrium. So properties may be intensive or extensive. So first, intensive property. Intensive properties are those properties which are independent of mass of a system. For example, temperature, pressure, density. Extensive properties are those properties which varies directly with the mass of system. For example, mass, volume, energy, enthalpy, etc. One example is shown here. A gas is present inside a cylinder having mass m, volume v, temperature T, pressure P and density rho. Now, if we add one thermodynamic, or if we separate two compartments of that gas, now what will happen? Mass will be divided, volume will be divided, but temperature of that remain constant, pressure remain constant, density remain constant. So mass, volume, these are extensive properties which are dependent on mass. Temperature, pressure, density, these are extensive properties. Specific properties. The ratio of any extensive property of a system to that of mass of the system is called as an average specific value of that property. For example, specific volume. Volume per unit mass is nothing but specific volume, which is given by meter cube per kg. If you know total energy of a system, so energy per unit mass, yeah, that is specific energy, and internal energy per unit mass, that is specific internal energy, and the unit of both is joule per kg. Now coming back to state, equilibrium and process. So first point, state. State of properties that describe the condition of system, that is known as state. For example, if we consider ice, water and steam, here it represents its physical characteristics, so we can call it as a state. So first, ice is in solid state, water is in liquid state, and vapor is a gaseous state. For example, mass m, temperature T, volume V is different in different state. One more example is shown in this figure. In state 1, m is equal to 2 kg, temperature T1 is 20 degrees centigrade and volume is 1.5 meter cube. The gas is enclosed in a piston cylinder arrangement. But in another gas, mass remains same, that is 2 kg, temperature also remains same, but volume is different. So here there are two different states, right? Thermodynamic equilibrium of a system that maintains thermal, mechanical and chemical equilibrium. So what is meaning of thermal equilibrium? If two different bodies having different temperature are in contact with each other, then heat will flow from hot body to cold body unless and until the temperature of both bodies remains same. This condition is known as thermal equilibrium. Mechanical equilibrium, when there is no any unbalanced force acting on a system, then that system is said to be under mechanical equilibrium. And in chemical equilibrium, phase and chemical equilibrium, there is no any spontaneous reaction within the fluid, then it is known as phase and chemical equilibrium. When a system is in thermal, mechanical, phase and chemical equilibrium, then entire system is said to be in thermodynamic equilibrium. Process. Process is defined as change from one equilibrium state to another equilibrium state. Again we will take one example. If we supply heat energy to ice, what will happen? Ice is converted into water. Again, if we supply heat energy to water, what will happen? Water will be converted into vapor. So here we can call a series of change from equilibrium state to another equilibrium state occur. We can call it as a process. So state is represented by a point on pressure volume diagram. So 1 and 2, these are the state. Now if you supply heat energy or if you apply pressure, then it will change its state from 1 to 2. So here a process path is shown with the help of pink arrow, pink line. Initial state is 1, final state is 2. A gas is enclosed in a piston and cylinder arrangement. When initially piston is at one position, then volume is V1 and pressure is P1. If you apply force on the piston and if you change its position from 1 to 2, then pressure increases but volume decreases. Volume decreases from V1 to V2 and pressure increases from P1 to P2. Here we can call a process is over. So there are different types of processes: isobaric process, isothermal process, isochoric process, isentropic process. So isobaric process is that process where pressure remains constant. In isothermal process, temperature remains constant. In isochoric process, volume remains constant, and in isentropic process, entropy remains constant. So the prefix iso is generally used to designate a process for which a particular property remains constant. For example, isobaric process. In isobaric process, pressure remains constant. One PV diagram is shown in which initial pressure is equal to final pressure, which is a constant throughout. So it's an isobaric process. Isochoric process is a process during which the specific volume remains constant. Its volume will not change, right? So that process is shown on pressure volume diagram. Isothermal process is that process during which temperature of system remains constant. So on TS diagram, temperature remains constant. Next, types of thermodynamic processes. So first, thermodynamic process is cyclic process. So generally when we say that a cycle is completed, yes, if the final state and initial states are same, then generally we call it as a cycle. Similarly, when a system in a given initial state undergoes through various processes and finally it returns to its initial state, the system has undergone a cyclic process. One figure is shown here on PV diagram. So 1 to 2 and 2 to 1. Here initial and final state is 1. That's why we can call it as a one cycle. Reversible process. Reversible process is defined as a process that once having takes place, it cannot be reversed its system's path. In doing so, it leaves no change in the system or boundary. Irreversible process is that process which cannot return to both system and surrounding to their original condition. That is known as irreversible process. Types of thermodynamic processes. First, adiabatic process. Adiabatic process is a process that has no heat transfer into or out of the system. It can be considered to be perfectly insulated. In adiabatic process, as heat neither receives from system or rejects from the system, hence entropy remains constant. Isentropic process is that process where the entropy of the fluid remains constant. Polytropic process is that process when a gas undergoes a reversible process. As heat transfer, it is replaced with the help of straight line PV raised to n is equal to constant. Throttling process is a process in which there is no change in enthalpy, no work is done, and the process is adiabatic. That is known as throttling process. Zeroth law of thermodynamics. If two bodies are thermal equilibrium with third body, there are also in equilibrium with each body. For example, if we keep two different bodies, that is iron at 150 degree, copper at 20 degree centigrade with environment, then here the temperature of iron gets reduced and the temperature of copper gets increased. So it means that when two bodies reaching thermal equilibrium after being brought into contact in an isolated enclosure, then the temperature remains in equilibrium position. Best example is the temperature recorded by thermometer. Here also zeroth law of thermodynamics is applied. Application areas of thermodynamics. So first, which is very familiar to you, refrigerator. In refrigerator, this thermodynamic deals with heat transfer from system to surrounding. That is, here system is internal part, that is inside part of refrigerator, where heat is continuously absorbed from the object to be cooled. That is the best example. Another example is to maintain the body temperature in heat transfer. Here thermodynamics plays very important role. Next one is air conditioning or fan, you can call. Here fan is shown. In air conditioning also thermodynamic plays very important role. The temperature of air, the properties of moist air plays very important role. And last one is in industrial area, where there is a change of thermal energy into mechanical energy. So here with this I conclude this video lecture. Thank you very much.